So back out on the Broadway TrailHead again. This hike I'm taking for a new subscriber who expressed a desire to get out and go hiking. Was afraid of, what she might encounter, how tough the path would be if she could make it. Had problems with her knees. So this hike's for you, beautiful. A lot of people out today, but I had no problem parking. Went down to the dead end, turned around, came back, and someone had left right in front of the trailhead. Hi, how are you?
Oh, where did you get your cap?
Badass Coffee, Hawaii.
Badass Coffee. Okay, where?
Hawaii.
Badass.
Out of Kona.
Okay.
They're online. You can find them.
Okay. Cool.
Good stuff.
Cool. Badass Coffee. Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, I was doing up my belt strap. So if you wondered what they were talking about, let's see if I can show you this. She was admiring my hat. Apparently she likes donkeys. Morning. So as you can see, this part of the trail, and there are 50 to 100 trails out here. This is flat, well cleared. No obstacles. I'm gonna make a loop. Not exactly sure I got a map with me, but looked at it and said, oh, I'll do this, but I didn't look at the mileage, so I'm thinking it's not going to be that far. And I'm going to take a little stop here because I forgot to turn on my fitness device. Alright, be right back at you. And
Workout paused.
And we're back. I always forget to turn that damn thing on.
Workout resumed.
So, beautiful day. Wanted to show you guys this before I can't. Let's see if I can.
Workout paused.
I don't know if you can see that, but that's snow. And over here is the Catalinas. Believe me, there's snow up there, but not on the front side. Front side faces is south. So they get the sun all day, so it keeps the
Workout resumed.
streams flowing up there, which is really nice, and we'll go up there sometime. I'll have to figure out how to get out of the house a little earlier. It is 10:57, and I was up at 6:30 this morning. Actually 6:05, and I did not get out of the house, which is just me being me. But like I was saying, it's for a new subscriber. And I think this right here is fairly easy. This is a slight rise here, over maybe 20 feet. Enough to get your heart pumping just for a little bit. Morning. I left my trekking poles in the car because I knew I'd be holding on to this, and I didn't want to be that guy. Oh, the other thing that we're trying to accomplish today, I bought a pair of shoes from Walmart. Should have fit my feet. They don't. I have to take them back, which is disappointing because I was hoping to use them for work. And I noticed the bottoms on them, and I went, these would be good trail running shoes. And they'll probably be great for someone. I just have white feet, so not good for me. So I'll get those back. Probably be doing that a lot. A lot of people out there. So, let's see, where was I? Oh. So, I bought a pair of Ultras based on reviews on the internet, and their claim to fame is that they have the roomiest foot box. So I bought a pair. And you know, if you got normal width feet, they probably got the roomiest foot box. But I have wide feet. And for those of you that know me, I'm 5'3", 5'3 and a half. might be getting shorter as I get older. But I'm beginning to believe that my ancestors might have been hobbits, since my feet are wide. But you know what? Gives me a nice sturdy base to stand on. We must come down here with a machine to dust these trails. So had to send them back. That was $112 I'm waiting to hit back into my account. And I went out to look for shoes. And through the recommendation of April in Arizona, she said, try Merrell's. I got a pair of Merrell's. I love my Merrell's. So I looked at Merrell's, and they come in a wide. And there's various styles, and I found one in a price range I was willing to spend. And I thought I had seen one someplace out on I-10, some outlet store that had them pretty dang cheap. But the outlet store for Merrell's is up in Chandler, and that's a 2.5 hour full tank of gas drive away and back. So I started looking at shoe outlet places here in town and then searching their inventory. Morning. And I found a couple of pairs of Merrell's here and there. Some weren't the style that I wanted to buy. Some weren't appropriate for what I wanted to buy. Some were more expensive from the outlet store than they were directly from Merrell's. So I don't know what they're doing there. They were taking a $110 shoe and selling it for $180. And I'm not going, wow, that's quite the markup. So I found a pair at DSW. In my size and in the width. They only came in black. Not a fan. So
Workout paused.
So this right here, you can see this creosote bush, and you can see this saguaro cactus tucked up underneath it. This is a nursery for the saguaro, and the creosote bush protects it from wind until it gets an established root system, protects it from predators, protects it from the environment, keeps it warm. And you can see right out there, same type of thing, saguaro tree tucked right up underneath Palo Verde. And that is typical. Oh.
Workout resumed.
And this right here is holly. At least the desert version of. Did I say holly? I meant mistletoe. So, went down to DSW, and I'm trying to find the shoes. And I finally locate them. I put them on. They feel good. They're black. they're fuzzy. I don't know how they'll do the fuzzy texturing will do out in the desert, but maybe it'll do fine. Maybe it'll do better than leather or pleather or whatever they use. It has a technology on the heel, a type of rubber called Vibram or something to that nature. And morning. And that's supposed to be a pretty tough bottom. Lasts a long time. But they're black. And I'm in the desert. So, as I was walking around with these shoes on, testing them out, seeing how my feet felt in them, I came across some Skechers that were wide fit and air-cooled memory foam, and they had a pair of my size. And I just happened to have a pair of Skechers on that I wore to the store, which I like. So I grabbed them, put them on. They felt good. Little heavy for hiking shoes. Morning.
Morning.
But that's fine. My legs could use the exercise. So I brought them over by me. And I stayed in DSW for hours. Good. And I spent hours in the DSW going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between the Skechers and the Merrells. Now, so that was pretty much a straight walk from the Broadway TrailHead to this parking lot. And supposedly there's a trail off this way. How you doing?
Morning, how are you?
Getting it in, getting them steps in.
Yeah. Know the feeling.
Yeah, I would guess you would, huh? So, what's that? Is it this way?
Workout paused.
Oh, I'm doing a loop back to the Broadway.
Workout resumed.
And it's out that way?
Half Dead Saguaro, cut in. There's a spur that takes you to Cactus Forest Trail.
Aha.
Just make a left and keep going across a wash, up a slight
Workout
hill,
paused.
make a left.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Workout resumed.
Okay, great. Well, apparently we're going this way. Not the way I was going to go. But that's fine. So, where was I? Oh, So they're asking $109 at DSW. And while I was in the store, Merrill sent me a text message saying 15% off. And so I followed the link out to their site and went, cool. I get 15% off on these. On the website they sell for $110. It'll probably cover the shipping, so I'll break even. How y'all?
Workout paused. Workout resumed.
So, you know, what's $1, right? And the important part, I could get the shoes in a color I liked. This is where we're going with this. So I tried to buy the shoes from Merrill's, and I don't know if y'all have it where you are, but we have our zip code, and then there's 4 digits after it. And in my autofill stuff, that's there, and I forgot to take it out, so it wasn't happy with it. And then I tried the 15% discount code that they gave me, and they didn't accept that. And so I tried to buy the shoes, and they declined my credit card. And I went, what? So I looked at it and went, oh shit, I didn't put the whole number in. So went back, fixed all the problems, sent it off, and they declined the credit card. And I'm like going, okay. You got about $6,000 sitting out there now. Pretty sure I can cover this. So nice walking stick. So went, well, shit. What am I going to do? I don't like these black ones. They're okay. One thing that I noticed when I was walking in, and I think this is just a matter of getting them broke in, so nothing major, but they had a rise in the sole on the inside, on the cushion on the sole, that would kind of force you to walk on the outer edges of your feet, keeping, I don't know, pressure off your toes. I don't know what it was for. But I figured, you know, that's foam or whatever they put on the inside, and it'll eventually contour to my feet, get them broke in. Although these are supposed to be comfy from the get-go, and they were. Don't get me wrong, they were. But I just wanted to think about it for a while, and maybe, you know, buy them at home, and figure out what's going on with the credit card. Like, yikes. So I decided to get the Skechers, and this is the Javelina wash, and that's
Workout paused.
And that's not just a joke. Javelina,
Workout resumed.
Coyotes in Javelina use the washes like a freeway. They get underneath roads, they get underneath the freeways, they get into the neighborhoods because there's washes everywhere. So during Halloween, when you put your pumpkins out and candles in them, you wake up the next morning and you're like, damn kid, probably wasn't. Probably Halloween. Hi, how are you?
Good, how about you?
Good, good. Where are you off to?
We're going to the,
Trailhead?
yeah, right here.
Yep, just down right there. You're almost made it.
Workout paused. Workout resumed.
Okay, this Cactus Forest Trail, we're going this way. So, so I got the Skechers and bought them. Credit card went through without any problem. So I don't know what the hell was up with all that. But as I started to pull away from the counter, I said, what's your return policy? And he said 90 days as long as you don't wear them outside. And I opened up the box and flipped up the tongue, and right across the top of the tongue it says Skechers outdoor. I pointed to it and he looked at it and I went, I'm just saying, man. And put the shoe back in the box and walked outside. I was like, yeah, I can wear them around the house. And so when I got home, I put them on, and my left foot has got some issues. I don't know what the heck's going on with it. It swells, I guess. People say one foot's always bigger than the other. How you doing? Good, good.
This is a stick. What's the word?
So, just an aside, this is Saguaro that has fallen over and died.
Workout paused.
And you can see those ribs there. They're called Saguaro ribs. That wood is incredibly strong, incredibly light and incredibly strong. And they use it for
Workout resumed.
hiking sticks. They use it for, at one time, bed frames. A lot of utilitarian uses for it. You would think they used it for fence posts, and they'd use it for gates, not fence posts, but fences. But they actually used it for the gates, not the fences. And for the fences, they'd use ocotillo. And ocotillo is a type of cactus. There's none in this particular area. Howdy. And you could take the ocotillo and cut it and dig a trench and lash the ocotillo branches together down at the bottom, up at the top, and create a fence line and put those in the trench, bury it back over, stabilize it with saguaro ribs every once in a while like a fence post, and water them, and those ocotillo would sprout roots, grow, and you would have a natural fence barrier. an Ocotillo have built. So nobody's going to come through your Ocotillo fence. They're not going to climb over it. So, where was I? Oh, so I was noticing that with my foot that it was beginning to ache having these shoes on. And I'm like, damn it. I just spent like $80 something on these shoes. I have to take them back tomorrow. And so I put my, getting ready to go out today, I put my wee-wees on because those are just comfortable as hell. And would have done great on this trail because, you know, there's no rocks on this. And I don't know if you can. I have no idea what you just saw, but that was the bottom of my shoe. That tread is a little overkill for such a nice manicured path as this. And the wee-wees have a tread on them. It's thinner, it's not thick. It's a nice thin tread. You can feel the trail. Feel barefoot shoes are awesome. However, barefoot shoes going over miles and miles and miles of rock like that, not awesome. Though that one guy on Dual Survivor or Survivor seems
1
to be
mile
just
completed.
fine.
Duration 25 minutes 13 seconds. Current speed 2.6 miles per hour. Average speed 2.4 miles per hour. Elevation 2,930 feet. Estimated total time 2 hours 5 minutes 51 seconds.
So yeah, the program's just set for 5 miles, so got a ways to go. Anyway, I sat there with my wee-wees on this morning and I went, you know what? Maybe I should give these shoes a try. Not that I got $80 to throw away. I don't. But I put them on and I wasn't having the same discomfort in the morning as I did in the evening. And I'm wearing them now. My right foot's fine. My left foot is, I don't want to say uncomfortable. No, I don't want to say it hurts. I'd say it's a little uncomfortable. But that was my foot before I put the shoes on, so I'm thinking maybe not the shoes. How y'all? Good. Enjoying your day? I am definitely going to drag y'all out here when it's 105 degrees. Howdy.
Hi.
Ladies doing okay?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Workout paused.
Morning, how are you? Where y'all from? Utah? New York. Where'd you pick this guy up from?
Workout resumed.
So, we're on Cactus Forest Trail. There's
Workout
a
paused.
Loma Verde wash up here, which we know if we go on the Loma Verde wash that we're going to pick up, we're going to get to the Pink Hills Trail. The Loma Verde Trail is 0.7 miles. The wash is 0.4. So I think we're going to head up this way. pick up the Loma Verde Trail, and go pick up the Pink Hills, try and get 5 miles in out of this.
Workout resumed.
So I put the Skechers on. They feel good. They're comfortable. They feel like they did when I was in the store walking around, and not how they felt when I was just sitting around at home with them on. And I think possibly what happened was, I'm sitting around and my legs are down. I don't have them elevated, and I got my Injinji finger socks liner on, and my darn tough socks on. My foot is all enveloped in these just darn tough socks are awesome, and the Injinji's perfect. But with my foot, I think that compression wears on the tendons across the top of my feet, over my toes, and might pinch a tendon, causing it to ache. Might be cutting off some blood supply, because at work, wearing shoes that I just love to wear at work, just on Thursday, midway through the day, my foot ached. I was limping. My foot was numb. My toes were just cramped. And that's on a pair of shoes that just allow my feet to splay out, and they're wonderful. So I think this discomfort with the Skechers is not the shoe, but my feet. Because right now, walking in them, they're great. And unfortunately, can we see that? Yep, they're black.
Workout paused.
But spray paint, right?
Workout resumed.
I don't know. But still gonna get a pair of Merrells. It's funny, last night I went out to the Merrell site and picked out the dust and moss one that I liked. And put it in I didn't put it in a cart, because they empty out carts if you don't do. I put it on a wish list, and sure as hell, when I got up this morning going through my email, I had an email from Merrell going, "Hey, you want to take 15% off these shoes?" And I'm looking at him going, "Man, I played that game with y'all yesterday." But since this was referencing the shoes on the wish list, I think it's real. So we'll see what happens there. It's a beautiful day. No idea how hot it is, but I would say, I don't know. I'll tell you later. It's midday, so 60s maybe? 68? You seen how many? Oh, did I almost say that? I'm one of them. You saw how many of us elderly people are out on the trail. So I have to tell you, I'm getting antsy. And I talked to the National Park Ranger, and I was down picking up my Senior Citizen Lifetime National Parks Pass. And talked to him about Douglas Springs, and he said, go now. There's water up there. It's nice. And so I think that'll be coming up soon. My plan for today had been to hike that trail, but I wasn't expecting to have the foot issues that I'm having or had. And so I started thinking, do you just want to hike in the neighborhood? And as I was leaving the house, I said, you know what, I'm going to go out to Saguaro National. I'm going to go out to the Broadway TrailHead, and I'm going to take that first trail from my new subscriber and show her that getting out here and walking no harder than walking down to the mailbox and back. And you can go out alone. If you feel more comfortable going out with somebody, let me know. I'll be more than happy to go out and walk with you. I had her subscribe to April in Arizona's YouTube site. April's just an inspiration. I think one of the things that I like most about April as a human being is she and I are alike. If you ever were transporting a mattress on the roof of your car and you didn't tie it down because you didn't invest in anything to do that with, and it came flying off, I'm the guy that pulled over and put that in the bed of my truck, or gave you some rope and secured it, got you back to your house, and helped you take that off your roof of your car. If you're a dude and you're broke down on the side of the road fixing a tire, you're on your own. If you're a female and you're on the side of the road fixing your tire, you got that car jacked up and the wheel off, you're on your own. You know what you're doing. But if you're standing there with an armload of kids, flat tire, and just kind of looking down the highway left and right, and then trying to figure out how the hell you're going to get out of that situation, that'll be me pulling over to give you a hand. April, on her way into Tucson the other day, Thursday, driving in traffic, if you can call what they have out there traffic, probably 3-4 cars heading in the same direction. Saw a puff of smoke up ahead, puff of dirt, and that can only mean one thing: somebody went off the road. And she and everyone else pulled over, went out into the desert, located the vehicle. Young lady in the car, clearly in distress. April turned to the rest of the people and said, "Do any of y'all have any medical experience?" And everyone said no, and she goes, "Then I'm taking over. You go call 911. You go make sure the car's not going to catch on fire while we're in here dealing with this. You go do this, you go do that." And she stabilized the young lady's neck, kept her conscious, worked with her until the sheriff arrived, and then worked with her until the EMTs arrived, and then went on her way. So, outstanding individual. Good job, April. So I can't tell you how how beautiful this is. Oh, speaking of April in Arizona, y'all want to watch a scary video? Watch her trip out to Murray Springs and Clovis site. So this must be 0.4 miles from that last trail marker. It was probably the wash. And I guess if you go down the
Workout
Loma Verde,
paused.
walk down the Loma Verde wash, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to get sand in my shoes. You can hit the Pink Hill Trail, but we are going to go up to the Loma Verde Trail, 0.3 miles, and then head towards the Pink Hill Trail. And we'll see how we do. Oh. Just pulled muscle in my
Workout
butt.
resumed.
So I want to tell you, the ultras that I returned because they didn't fit my feet, ultra, I was disappointed that I had to return those shoes. They were beautiful. If I had normal feet, they'd be on my feet right now. So y'all, I don't know where you're from, I don't know what you do. Y'all need to step up your game. I'll send you my foot size, and you can make shoes to fit people with wide feet. Those were beautiful shoes. And now they're sitting at the post office waiting to be thrown on a truck and hauled off to the airport or onto another truck, and they're heading back to. Heard the funniest thing the other day. I don't know if this is true. So I'm spreading gossip and rumor. It's what we're here for. No, it's not what we're here for. But I heard this blogger saying that now this guy's got some creds, okay? He's a marathon runner and a trail runner, and he's a runner. And he goes through some shoes. And it took him a while to find a pair that he liked and that would fit his feet, because apparently the industry has decided, rather than telling the truth about foot size, they want to make people feel good about their foot size. So I don't know if that means bigger feet or smaller feet, but I know this in my experience lately trying on a bunch of shoes. 7.5s don't fit me. 7.5 wide, which is what I wear at work, they're just fine. I buy a 7.5 wide. Well, I can't buy a 7.5 wide from the company that I buy 7.5 wide from, because apparently the guy whose foot they modeled for 7.5 wide died during COVID or something, because they ain't making no 7.5 wides anymore. So I moved up to an 8 wide. They don't fit me. Too tight. So I moved up to an 8.5 wide. They don't fit me. Too tight. So different shoe manufacturers, I don't know what they're doing, but I'll tell you this, And, you know, kudos to Amazon for allowing us to do returns. But what a pain in the ass it is to get a pair of shoes in, put them on your feet and go, nope. Put them back in a box. Now you got to run down to some station and send them back. And it's free. And they send you labels. They'll read, because some people don't. And just kind of a pain in the ass. Howdy. How y'all doing? I wish I was young again. I will tell you guys this. You know I've hiked sections of the Appalachian Trail, the Cumberland Trail, the C&O Canal, the Erie Canal, several other places. But I'm not sure if I told you about, no, I was telling that to someone else. I hiked from Ogden, Utah to Beaverton, Oregon, to hand a young lady a card and turned around and walked back. Her significant other and her had parted ways, and I knew she was probably sad about that. So I was at a store and I was picking up a card for somebody that was having a birthday. And found this card that said, "Just a note to say,
Workout paused.
Alright, we're going this way." They don't mention on this one the Pink Hills Trail, but we have walked this trail before, and this is the Cholla Trail. So it's showing the Loma Verde Trail going off this way. It's showing the Loma Verde Trail going up that way, and then heading off this way to the mine site. We've been to the mine site, and we know that that takes us to the Pink Hill. And where is the trailhead? 0.4 up there. So I think we're going this way. Where are you off to? Yeah, you can't get lost out here. It's like you rise up and go, oh, there's houses. Okay.
Workout resumed.
So we're off to the mine site again. That's fine. That's where we were heading anyways. I don't think we're taking exactly the same trail, though we might be. Maybe that trail went on up to the trailhead, which we know just means getting up, turn around, come back this way. So we're on our way. So I was not gonna walk to Beaverton. That was not the point. I hopped in my car, which at the time was a Dodge 330, 1932. It was a car that was made by Dodge like 6 months before they made the Dodge Dart. They discontinued the car I was in and started making the Dodge Dart. Had a push button ignition. Cool little car. And I took off, started heading up to the highway through back roads up in Utah, and it died right under this overpass. So I pulled off to the side. Actually, I rolled back to the side.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thanks. And pulled out to the side and took my keys and put them up underneath the car, locked everything down, started walking towards Oregon. And I knew that there was a truck stop coming up. So I pulled up to the truck stop and went in, called my brother and said, "Hey man, I'm gonna disappear for a couple of weeks. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. However, I need to ask you a favor. My car is parked underneath this overpass. I don't know why it stopped, might need some gas. But if you could go secure the car, I'd appreciate it." He said, "No problem, man." So I took off and came out of the truck stop, found a trucker and said, "I'm going to Oregon, can I catch a ride?" And he said, "Company policy won't allow me to pick up hitchhikers, but I can give you some advice." And I said, "What's that?" And he said, "Take the good ride." And I said, "I'm sorry, I don't know what that means." And he said, "The good ride is the one that gets you there. Don't, if you're out hitchhiking and someone pulls over and says they're going up to the next town or they're going to this and it ain't Oregon, that's not the good ride. You will end up stuck someplace that you can't get out of. Take the ride that gets you there. Otherwise, just walk." And I'm like, all right. So I took off. Now, let me tell you, it's a cold, rainy night in Utah. I don't know, can't recall what time of year it was, but it was cold. And I got wet, and I got cold, and no one picked me up. And the sun rose, and I just kept walking. I've gone through Bergen City. I've gone past all the little towns along the way outside of Bergen City, and I'm coming up to this one that I think's just over the Idaho border. And this kid in this hot rod pulls up and goes, "Hey man, you need a lift?" I was like, "Where are you heading?" He said, "Oh, just this next town up here." And I was like, "Oh, man, I could eat some breakfast, so that's a good ride to me." So I hopped in, took on off this kid, and as we were approaching this town on the freeway, we just ran into gridlock. Apparently there'd been an accident or there was road construction.
2 miles completed. Duration 49 minutes 10 seconds.
Or
Current
something
speed
of that
2.5 miles per hour. Average speed 2.4 miles per hour. Elevation 2,922
So-
feet. Estimated total time 2 hours 2 minutes 49 seconds.
I said, "You know what? I'm going to Idaho, so I'm going to hop out here and see if I can find a ride," because everyone was stopped. So I just walked down all these stopped cars, knocking on doors, and talking to people, and found a guy and his son hauling a boat, and they were heading to Portland, Oregon. And I went, "Ooh, this could be the good ride." And I needed to convince these people that me being a passenger was not a threat, and that my need for a ride was beyond just a romantic trip across the state just to hand a girl a card. Because I didn't think that would sound very valid to somebody. They just look at me and go, yeah, we don't pick up stupid people. So I told him my girlfriend had gone to Oregon to visit her sick mom, and she'd gotten in a car accident and was in the hospital, and I was just trying to get to Oregon to see my injured girlfriend. And they said, sure, you can ride with us, but you got to ride back in the boat. I'm like, done. So I threw my stuff in the back of the boat, hunkered down under the boat, had a cover on it, so I hunkered down under that. Went to sleep. I hadn't slept all night. Woke up. We're still heading out that way. At some point, they stopped for the evening at a hotel, and I just stayed hunkered down in the back of the boat and slept. Next morning, there was a gas station and a restaurant near the hotel, same parking lot. So I went off, had some breakfast, and the young son came walking in, and he said, so me and my dad have been chatting. I said, oh, good, what's up? And he said, we decided we don't want you riding with us no more. And I went, okay. So that's where I am. Stuck out someplace, I don't even know where, at this place off of the highway. So I walk out, gather up my stuff, walk out to the highway, and I start walking. And I walk, and I walk, and I walk. And eventually, we're not too far outside of Portland. Maybe 40, 60 miles, something like that. And there's a car parked on the side of the road. Been disabled. I don't know, gas, mechanical problems. And I walked past it. And I got probably about, maybe 50, 75 yards past that car. And I'm hitchhiking. And this car pulls over, picks me up, says, I see you got some car troubles. I said, huh? Goes your car back there? I said, oh yeah. Dang thing. So I'll be alright though. Get down into town, get my brother a call. We'll come pick it up. So he dropped me off at a exit that take me into downtown Portland, Oregon. And it's a Sunday now. And I walked into downtown Portland, and it was like, I don't know. There's no trash on the street. There's no cars on the street. And there's no people on the street. I was the only human being in downtown Portland, Oregon on a Sunday. So I walk through Portland. I hear now that it ain't like that anymore. But I head through downtown Portland, found myself a gas station, looked at a map, got myself pointed towards Beaverton. And started walking that way. It was looking like rain again. Here it does that a lot in Oregon. And I start wondering where I'm gonna stay. It's getting cool, like cold cool. And on top of this hill surrounded by grass, is this very gothic looking building. And I'm like, I bet you I could cuddle up against a wall, against that building, and be quite cozy for the evening. And it looks abandoned. I don't see anybody out and about. I think that'll be fine. And the worst that could happen is security or police or something roll up on me and go, you need to move along. So I started walking across the grass, and as I approached the building, there's a big placard on the building, and this is a nunnery, a school for wayward girls. And I was like, oh yes, thank you, Lord. And I knocked on the door, and it's a big place, so it took a while for little old nuns to come to the door. And I said, hi, my name's John, and I'm doing this and that, and heading out to find my girlfriend who's been injured in a car accident, and this and that and the other. And that nun looked at me and went, well, this is an all-girls school, you can't be in here. And I said, I won't be having any trouble, I'm a little guy, I won't take up much space. And she looked at me and went, yeah, no. However, the priest was in that little building over there.
Workout paused.
How y'all doing? Nice day for it, huh? So,
Workout resumed.
get this strap up. There we go. I head over to the father's little bungalow. It's about 7:30 in the evening. Knock on his door. No one answers. I said, all right, time to move on. As I started to move away, there was a crack of lightning and thunder, and the rains just started coming down. So I sat on the porch. Had a nice little bench out there. And I sat there and sat there. And every once in a while, I'd go knock on the door, see if he came home. Maybe there's a back door, and he came in. No one showed up at that house until 12:30 in the evening, and I went, it's cold, I've got to bunker down, find someplace warm to be. The rain has eased up. So I walked around, and off to the side of this bungalow was a parking lot, and there was a van in it. And I looked at that van and I went, man, it would be so nice and comfortable in that van. And I tried the door and it was locked. And I tried the sliding door and it was locked. And I went around to the back and I tried the back door and it opened up, and I went, oh my God, thank you, Lord. I jumped in the back and slept in the back of this van. Got a few hours of sleep. Woke up at about 5:36 in the morning. Got back on the road. And now, let me tell you about this young lady's mom's house, her stepmom. I'd only been there once. I don't know the address. I just know it's in this town. And it's not a small town. But I'd only been there once. So in my mind, I only have the remembrance of landmarks from that one occasion. So I got into the town and walked straight to her mother's door, stepmother's door. And I knocked on that door, and a little girl came to the screen door, And I said, is your auntie here? She said, yes. And she went off. And the young lady came to the door. I didn't say hello. I just slid the card through the gap in the screen door, turned around and walked off. I got about 2.5 blocks away, and I hear all this commotion, and the commotion's getting closer and closer. And I turn back and look, and there is this big dude running down the street. And I'm like, oh man, don't let this be for me. And he kept running, and he kept running right up to me, and I'm
Halfway
like,
point reached.
I'm like, oh shit, this man's gonna kill me. She broke up with her significant other, found herself another significant other in a week's time. Dang that girl. And this guy walks up and he starts digging through his pockets, and he's like, man, that was the most romantic thing I've ever. That girl back there crying. That's the most romantic thing I've ever seen. I just got out of prison, and they gave me some food stamps, and I want you to have my food stamps to help. She told me you're probably heading back to Utah. You take this. I'm looking at this big dude going, that's all right, man. You're gonna need your food stamps. I got money. I'll be fine. And he kept insisting, so I took $5 because he was big. And I started heading back to Oregon. And I got So we're back where we were. Pink Hills Access is up here. And
Workout paused.
the Broadway TrailHead's back this way. I think we're only gonna get maybe 3, maybe 4 miles in. Maybe
Workout
we'll
resumed.
continue walking after we hit the trailhead, just to get 5 in. So, anyway. I got picked up by a lady trucker. And when she stopped to get gas, I got out and started hitchhiking again, because this girl, I think, was going to truss me up and keep me locked in the back of her truck as her boy toy. She was kind of freaking me out. And I got back out on the road, and I did not get a ride ever again. I walked out of Oregon into Idaho, got down to a place called Mountain Home. And I was hungry, and I was thirsty, and it was, I don't know, upper 90s, maybe 101 degrees out. And I got my hiking legs on. I'm hobbling. I'm just like moving to that single point in the distance. And I said, I need to get some water. I'm going to die. So I got off the road, and it was like, Mountain Home was like a half mile. No big deal. Got into Mountain Home, bought some fruit, bought some water, started heading back towards Utah to access the highway. Howdy. Go ahead.
Workout paused. Workout resumed.
I don't think I walked 100 yards. The food was gone, the water was gone, and the road that took me back to the on-ramp to the highway was a frontage road that was 7 miles away. And by the time I figured that out, saw a sign, I was about halfway to where turning back and taking that half mile back to the highway made no sense at all. And I must have missed the sign in this town that says, yeah, you're on-ramp to the highway, way the hell up there. So by the time I hit the highway, I'm pretty much in the same position I was when I got off the highway. No water, no food, and I'm just hoping the water that I drank was going to be enough to sustain me. And I started hiking, and that was in the morning, midday, and it got towards the evening, and I'm no longer hiking. Hitchhiking. I'm just moving down the highway towards Utah. Pretty much thinking they're going to find my bleach bones in the desert, but at some point I'm going to dehydrate, I'm going to lose my mind and wander off the trail. And it's a highway, so people aren't apt to stop, except maybe pee. And all of a sudden I hear this noise, and I look up from the road because I'm just staring down, and a van is pulled over. And a bunch of young kids, they must have been about 20 years old, if that. They could have been 16 for all I know. They all piled out of the van and was, "Hi, are you a cowboy?" And I said, yes, I am. And they said, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I'm going to the next rodeo." And they were like, "Oh, come on, get in, we'll give you a lift. Can you tell us stories about the rodeo?" And I said, I've been walking a very long time, for days, from the last rodeo to the next one. And I could really use some sleep. But when I wake up, I'll tell you stories about the rodeo. They said, "Deal, get in." I got in that van and I hunkered down and went to sleep. And I woke up like a half hour before I opened my eyes. And I said, "What am I going to tell these kids about the rodeo?" And I had remembered, I had read this biography about an indigenous man, Indian, who was a national rodeo champion here in the United States. And right now I cannot remember his name. But he was top of the top, cream of the crop. He was the rodeo champion that everyone aspired to beat. And I remembered some of the stories that were written about him in this biography. And so I made his life mine and told his story, and these kids were just blown away. They abandoned all their plans about joining the circus and wanted to go join the rodeo. They pulled into Ogden, and I said, "This is good here." And they let me out. I walked home, and there was my car sitting there with a full tank of gas. So thank you, bro. But that's just one walk. Now my friends from Alabama will they'll know what I'm talking about. We have a bluegrass festival out that way in a place called Horsepants 40. And apparently it's a place where the indigenous people would corral up wild horses and break them back inside this bluff. I was supposed to go with a bunch of friends, and I got up late and missed the connection. But I was bound and determined to go to this bluegrass festival. So
Workout paused.
I gathered up my gear and I headed off to Horsepants 40. Now I'd have to look on a map to exactly how far that is from Huntsville, Alabama. But I can tell you, it was a walk. I just letting those people
Workout
a little
resumed.
farther up. I don't think I can surpass them. And it was a hot, humid day in Alabama, as you can imagine. And I got to a point where I sat down on the side of this country road. There ain't been no traffic for hours on end. And I'm kind of thinking, well, John, you're an idiot. Once again, you got no water, no food, and you're heading off to an unknown location. And I sat there in this irrigation ditch on the side of this country road, and I'm thinking, I have lost my damn full mind. Because I'm hearing a crow. Is that a crow? Maybe it's a raven. No, that's a woman's voice. I start looking around, and I turn around and look behind me. And there's this old woman sitting on this porch of this house in this rocking chair. And she's motioning to me saying, young man, would you like some water? It's an awful hot day. And I stood up and looked at her. I said, yes, ma'am, I would. She said, well, get yourself up here on the porch. So I found the driveway, as it were, overgrown.
3 miles completed. Duration 1 hour 13 minutes 40 seconds. Current speed 2.1 miles per hour. Average speed 2.4 miles per hour. Elevation 2,887 feet. Estimated total time 2 hours 2 minutes 39 seconds. Workout paused.
How are you? I don't suppose I
Workout
can tell you what
resumed.
that was, right? And let's see. Oh, I went up and sat on a stump. She only had one chair. She was the only person that lived there, so you don't need two. She handed me a glass of water and a mason jar. That water was a bit discolored, not gonna lie. But I'll tell you what, it was wet and cool. I love that woman. And we sat there, we talked for a bit, and I asked her, "Ma'am, now, I don't want you to think that my mom hasn't raised me right, but I feel compelled to ask you, how old are you?" She goes, "Well, I don't rightly know, but by my recollection, I'm 101, 103 years old." And she told me some things that had happened in her lifetime that made me believe that that was probably the case. She might be even a little bit older. And I said, "How did you manage to live so long?" And she goes, "I don't know. For the longest time, I just sit out here on my front porch in this rocking chair with my cane and this tin cup of gin, smoking on this cigar, and just watch the world go by." And I thanked her for the water. I moved on. I finally got to horse pens. The weather turned. It was rainy. It was cold. It was nasty. The girls hunkered down in a tent, and they didn't want any of the boys sleeping with us because we're young men, have only one thing in our mind, and that ain't sleeping. So most of the guys kept the campfire burning, and we get soaking drenched on the backside, and our front would be dry from facing the bonfire, and then we turn around and dry our backs off, and it'd just be steam rising up off us. The festival was great. I'm the only person at the festival that got a hot shower. You would wait in line for hours to get into the bathroom to get a shower, and the knobs were switched. So the cold was on the hot side and the hot was on the cold side. And I am the only person that went, "Wait, hot's on the left, cold's on the right. These are swapped. I bet you cold is hot." Turned it on, had this beautiful hot shower, turned it off, walked away, didn't tell a soul, so that I could have a hot shower every time I went in, because there were hundreds and hundreds of people there. Bluegrass Festival was excellent. Music was phenomenal. Had a wonderful time, except for the weather. And every place I've been since, I've told people, because back then, understand, I was living a life that would not allow me to live past the age of 30. And I grew up in an age where we were told you can't trust people over 30. So I'm thinking, well, I can't live past 30 because then I won't be able to trust myself. I'll do something stupid like get married. So I lived my life hard, and I told everyone on my 30th birthday, I want a rocking chair, a walking cane, a tin cup, and a bottle of gin. Well, it just so happened that I turned 30 in Tucson, Arizona, and it just so happened that my birthday that year fell on Thanksgiving Day. And I worked for a restaurant called the Good Earth Restaurant and Bakery, and we called ourselves Earthlings. And there was a young lady who was staying in her parents' house while her parents were in Europe, who wanted to throw Thanksgiving dinner. Which sounds wonderful, right? We're in a big, beautiful house out in the west side of Tucson, overlooks the Tucson Valley, facing east. Big, beautiful house, no adults around. Well, supposedly we were adults. And she's gonna cook Thanksgiving dinner. What could go wrong? Well, she's a vegan. So that made cooking the turkey just weird. But everyone pitched in and we had a beautiful turkey dinner. My friends came up and said, John, I had one friend, Annie Clune. Annie, if you're out there, love you, girl. Lost track of her. She remembered this story about Horsepens 40 and my birthday wish for when I turned 30. And after Thanksgiving dinner, we're all sitting around. She comes up and said, bear with me, don't freak out. She puts a blindfold on me. And everyone picks me up, walks me out back. And they take me out back and they sit me down. And they take the blindfold off. And I'm sitting in a rocker that they borrowed from somebody. There's a cane leaning across my lap. There's a tin cup and a bottle of Tanqueray, and everyone signed their name to it. Thank y'all. That was special. And they all left and left me sitting on the back porch. And I'm staring out over the Tucson Valley going, for the last couple of weeks, actually the last year, not expecting to live past the age of 30. I'm expecting a bus to jump the curb and take me out, bolt of lightning to come down during the monsoons and vaporize me. Now I'm 30 damn years old, still alive. What the hell am I gonna do now? And I continued on my path to making bad decisions. I grew out my hair. I bought a Harley. I dressed in black. I told every woman I met, I do not want a relationship. If you think you want a relationship, if you think you're falling in love with me, you need to turn and walk the other way. I want nothing to do with y'all. You're evil. The reason for all that's a different story. But,
Hi.
Hi, y'all. So that was a long walk to Horse Pens 40 and my birthday gift. Now the trailhead's right there. 0.4 miles up this way, I guess.
Workout paused.
Wentworth access, Campus Forest Trail, Hot and Wash. Okay, we're going this way.
Workout resumed.
So that was another long hike beyond the official ones I've taken. When I was living in Hawaii, I had 10-speed, and I would bike from Laie to Waikiki. And you can check that path out just by doing Google Earth. The new highway system we have out there wasn't built yet. It's back in '78. Howdy. How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Enjoying a wonderful day.
Workout paused. Workout resumed.
How far are y'all gone?
What?
How far have you walked so far?
We did like a half an
Oh, so at least 5 miles.
hour. Probably not. Not bad. But it's probably this
Okay. So yeah, you can check that out on Google Earth, the distance between Laie and Waikiki. There were days when I'd take the bus, but the bus stopped running at 10 o'clock at night. And as we all know, bars just start kicking off at 10 o'clock at night. So I'd spend my evenings sleeping on the beach at the Halakoa, Fort Carusi. Get roused by the MPs from my military ID. Not my military ID, my dependence ID, and they'd go, "God damn, officer's kid. Alright, just be out of here by morning." Yes, sir. So, privileged. Anyways, that's just but some of my wandering. And now I gotta build back up those muscles. Hopefully I got muscle memory. And when I get out on the ACT, I've watched some hikers push 19 and 20 mile days on the AT. I suppose there's some spots where you pull that off on the AZT. But I'm thinking for a while, at the beginning anyway, 5 miles is about 2.5 hours. Stop, have some lunch. Do another 5 miles. Stop, set up camp, have some dinner. And that should be good for a while. And then as the terrain wears my body into a hiker, I might be able to push farther. Maybe there'll be some places to camp that I'll go. Looks like today's going to be a 15-mile day here. Looks like today's going to be a 20-mile day. We'll see. We don't know until we get out there. Now, as I mentioned, Shands Trail. Look that up on it's 0.0 miles to Broadway TrailHead.
Workout paused.
So we're gonna wander around a little farther up to the Broadway TrailHead.
Workout resumed.
And I'm gonna stop up there and see how much farther I got to go to hit 5 miles. And then just hike down that nice flat path back. Broadway TrailHead. We're right here.
Workout paused.
We went this way. And as soon as I figure out what the what I've done so far, I might go like that to hit 5, or maybe like that.
Workout resumed.
Alright. Two nice flat rocks. I'm going to put my butt on one of them. I'll be back to y'all in a minute. Okay. I'm at like 3.74.
Workout resumed.
3.74 miles. So I'm trying to find a way to sneak in another mile and a few tenths. Here I had my wallet and my keys. Sat down for a little bit on those nice rocks I just showed you. Took a few sips of water, several gulps of coffee. This is a new trail. Haven't been on this one. This is coming off of the trailhead, and it is the trail to the right. And this will parallel, more or less, eventually, the nice manicured path that we were on. And we'll end up down that parking lot, a little farther down. And we'll come up through the paved road on the parking lot. Hi, how are you? fabulous. That will come down at the bottom of the road that leads up to the parking lot that we entered in to at the beginning of this video. And we'll walk up that road to the parking lot, and we will come up that trail and there's actually another trail that comes back to the Broadway TrailHead. That guy sent us off down the Cactus Forest Trail. I don't know if he didn't want us hiking on that trail, or if he knew it just went back to the Broadway TrailHead, and he was like, I don't know what that was. But,
Workout paused. Workout resumed.
I was looking for a hummingbird. Sorry about that. I can hear them. They're so little. And some aren't little. Some are the size of a baby bird. But then there are some that are just... There's one that's so small that it looks like a moth. They are just amazing. And they travel through these parts. On their migrations to and fro. So, I'm guessing I own these shoes now. They actually feel good. I'm getting a little bit of a discomfort.
4 miles completed.
There's 4 miles.
Duration 1 hour 39 minutes 34 seconds.
So I'm thinking
Current speed 2.6 miles per hour. Average speed 2.4 miles per hour. Elevation 2,948 feet. Estimated total time 2 hours 4 minutes 21 seconds.
You done? Thank you. Feel a little discomfort on my big toe, but that's not the shoe. That's the sock. And I should have, when I was taking my little break, should have took my shoes off and readjusted my sock. But I didn't think about it because I wasn't walking and slipped my mind. The proper foot care is always important. I don't think I'm going to pull a blister off of this. It's not a hot spot. It's just a wrinkle in the sock. Oh, so a lot of videos out there on clothing, what to wear, what not to wear. And I've told you before, you pretty much know what I have on. I got my Redhead base layer on. It's a synthetic fabric that wicks moisture away. Today I'm wearing my High Hawaii hoodie that says Hawaiian lands in Hawaiian hands. Love this shirt. And I got my Walmart pants on. My Gingy finger toe sock liners. My darn tough socks. And these new shoes. My badass coffee hat. And as always, a pair of sunglasses, because even on a cloudy day like this, Arizona sun can burn out your eyes. But this is actually not the clothes that you'd want to wear out here in the desert. I'm wearing it because it's fine. It's not going to hurt me to have these on. And when I got up this morning, it was cold. And when you're walking, you sweat, and when it's cold, you want the material that you're wearing to wick away that moisture and dry off really quickly so you don't freeze and get colder. But out here in the desert, say in the summer, or on a particularly sunny day, even in the middle of winter, we can hit 80s and 90s out here. You really do want to wear cotton. And there are those that will tell you cotton kills. And yeah, if you're on the Pacific Coast Trail up in Northern California and Oregon, and heading up into Canada, yeah, you will get wet, you will stay wet, you will not dry off. At night when the temps drop down, you could get hypothermia and die. At minimum, just have a lousy night and never get any sleep. And those cotton shirts won't dry off, and you'll just be miserable. However, out here in the desert, you can take, if we had it to spare, and we don't, you could take your bottle of water and squirt it all over your face and let it run down over your shirt and just totally get drenched. If you found a tank that had water clean enough, you could dip your shirt down in that, put that on your body to cool down, and within 5 minutes of walking away from that stream, you would be dry. And you would be debating going back to get your shirt wet again. Cotton absorbing your sweat and you moving through the environment, creating just the slightest breeze on that moisture, is going to cool you down. And cooling you down is going to save your life. Wearing synthetics out in the heat is wicking away your sweat, which is wicking away your moisture, which is why you're carrying all that water weight So the majority of the trails in the United States above the Mason-Dixon line, I would say, hell yeah, wear synthetic. Don't be wearing any cotton. But you get out here and it's the Northern Desert, and it's just it's a different beast. Now, me, thankfully, I don't sweat. I do, on occasion, perspire, but I have never drenched my underarms or sweated out a shirt or had a line of water going down my back. Ever. Not even in the South where it was so humid you're like in a sauna. Maybe it's a genetic adaptation that'll help me to survive longer. Or maybe it's a genetic flaw that'll kill me. Don't know. Don't care. No dog in the hunt.
Workout paused.
Do not know what this is. I wish there was a... Tips of the branches are thorns. Looks like some kind of pine. I doubt it. Very pretty. Mark White, if you're out there, what the hell is this? Mark is a
Workout resumed.
in-law, master's degree in desert horticulture from University of New Mexico, for Lobos. Howdy. How do we know those people are from England? Go ahead, write it in the comments. How do you know these people are from England? Alright. Where are we? This is to my new subscriber. This is a nice little trail also. I think you could do the flat one that we came in on to the parking lot and then step over and jump onto this one and take it back. I think it'd be a nice little walk. Half mile maybe, 3/4 of a mile. Very doable. How are you? Yeah, it's a beautiful day.
Workout paused.
It's a really nice trail. There's barely anybody on it.
Now. It was crowded earlier.
Oh, what's it?
Yeah.
What's nice now?
Enjoy your white.
Workout resumed. Workout paused.
How are you? Good. What stable are you coming from? Oh, so this one's yours.
Yeah, he keeps them at home. We trailered over.
How you doing? You good looking?
He thinks you have good stuff in that pouch, probably.
I probably do.
He knows it.
Not for you though.
You have a good day.
Probably gonna give me a kick. Don't give me none of them oats.
Workout resumed.
So, as you've noticed today, horse poop on the trail. We passed by a cowboy
Almost there. You can do it.
in tennis shoes, no doubt. But, you know, comfort. This young lady apparently lives down the road here, keeps the horse at home. I thought for sure she would be out from one of the stables we have around here where you can go out for trail rides. I do not know if you can get a horse and take it out on your own or if you have to be with someone. I have, to my recollection, never ridden a horse from any of the stables around here in Tucson. And the horses I have rid are out of road. Yeah, horses I have ridden are out at my dad's ranch in northeast Arkansas. And if I won the lottery last night, which I didn't, somebody out in Maine did. Like the first time ever Maine has sold a winning lottery ticket. So, for all you lottery players, there's always a chance. And just remember, you can't win if you don't pay. Go buy your lottery ticket. It only takes one number, so you don't have to spend yourself into the whorehouse. Your chances are slim, but what's $2? I am hoping that I am putting out the proper universal vibe to where I'll eventually win one so that I can do my AZT hike without having to beg, borrow, and steal from people, and do the southbound Appalachian Trail. And then hell, if I've done that and I got money behind me, I'll go for the Triple Crown. I'll do the Continental Divide and the Pacific Coast. Though I've watched videos of that and went, no. I would do all of those southbound. I don't like moving towards cold. I'll move towards the heat. I think that's a better motivator. And there's also the psychological that geographically, in your mind, you're always moving downhill. Maybe that's not factual, but so for all you people that are considering hiking and are afraid to get out, the Saguaro National Monument East and all their hiking trails, fairly easy walk. Lots of people out here, so you really can't get in trouble. Let me step up onto this and raise this up a bit. Not sure you can see, but in the distance, houses.
Workout paused.
So you always know where you're at and where you're
Workout
going.
resumed.
Plenty of markers along. You may not know what trail to take, but there's plenty of people to say, hey, I'm heading here. Which way should I go? I think I'll start doing all my vlogs out here and just taking the various trails so that you guys can see them. Maybe even taking the driving trail from the visitor center. It's a paved road. I don't know if I'm too interested in hiking a paved road, but maybe. And show you what that's about. And once we get all these covered, we'll move up to Mount Lemon. Buckets Ridge, I think that's what they call it. And once I acquire enough paid time off, we'll head up into the Rincons, hit some of the camps up there, do some
Workout paused.
overnighters, 3 days.
Workout resumed.
There's a path on the backside of this thing out that way, coming off the desert. It is short. It is a short little trail up to a camping spot. However, it is pretty much straight uphill, so that should be challenging. And I think pretty quick here we're going to hit the 5-mile mark, and I still got to walk back to the car, so we're going to get 5 and a few tenths miles out of this. Call that a success. I will tell you that during the summer, all these people, they don't exist. How you doing? Doing great. How you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm in my last mile. Broadway TrailHead the other direction. But I wanted to hit 5 miles, so I thought I'd... Where are y'all from?
From here.
Me too.
Good place to come out.
Mm-hmm. Hi. How are you?
Good. You?
Doing great. You got quite the pace going there. I might have to try that one day. Take a shorter route, maybe this little loop right here from Trailhead down to the parking lot and back. And do it at man, she's got to be clipping along at like 4.2. Get some cardio in. Take this country boy saunter I got going and kick it up a notch. I was talking to you about Ocotillo fences. This is an Ocotillo. They get beautiful red flowers on the end. This one's not in bloom.
Workout paused.
It may look like it's dead, but it's very much alive. There's an Ocotillo.
Workout resumed.
Oh, and an Ocotillo there.
Target reached. 5 miles completed. Duration 2 hours 2 minutes 39 seconds. Current speed 3.3 miles per hour. Average speed 2.4 miles per hour. Elevation 3,065 feet.
Yeah. We must be just like at the starting edge of the elevation for Ocotillos. A lot of them over here and like none just 100 yards over that way. I have a rain cover from one of my other packs on the back of this camel back here, just because it was looking a little threatening when I got up. It started coming out and I went, yeah, better. And I took my rain jacket out of the pack, because that thing weighed about, I don't know, 3 pounds. It was very heavy. So I'm looking for an outer shell for in case it rains. And of course, I want it to be light because I don't want to carry the weight. But at the same time, this is the trail I'm looking for. That's the road. I don't want to carry the weight, but at the same time, it's got to be able to hold up to the desert. And I've seen these people talking about totes. Apparently they weigh nothing at all. But I've seen people that have had to like duct tape them all up because they passed within 100 yards of a tree.
Workout paused. Workout resumed.
That man had New York license plate. He was wearing a cowboy hat. He probably eats that salsa that was made in New York City. So there goes a biker gang. Just a beautiful, beautiful day. That man is a Hey Hawaii shirt on. I wonder if he's Kanaka. It's time for some coffee intake. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. First of all, I'd like to give a rebel yell out to my friends in the South. Hope y'all are safe. We are not without our weather events out here. You might think this is a pile of dirt. It is, but it is not.
Workout paused.
We have our own form of tornadoes out here.
Workout resumed.
They're called dust devils. The heat creates thermal layers that forces the air to rise up off the desert floor, and it swirls up into the clouds, and they pick up all the dirt and debris from the desert, and that's where a dust devil fell apart and deposited all the dirt in a pile. You find them all over the place. That clearly was a big dust devil. That's quite a substantial pile. I hope you guys aren't buying any of this. That is such a lie. It's just a pile of dirt. We might get a 6 miler out of this. So, all this grass that you see in here is called buffalo grass. And it was brought along with me this morning, and should have plugged it in, but I didn't. So battery died, and hopefully I don't know. I'm just gonna say this again real quick in case it didn't come on the video, in case I forgot to hit record. Did 5.5 miles. Currently out at the end of Speedway. Instead, I left the Broadway TrailHead and wanted to come out here and see the Douglas Spring trailhead. There's parking place, so should be able to lock up the X there, and things will be good when I go up there. Need to make reservations, and this is AZT at 63. Thank y'all for coming along.